owners to receive the prize. And that's what we did. All 9 of them went. And one of them, out of the 9, stood up in front of the audience to receive the prize. It's a village woman from Bangladesh. Never heard of Oslo, never heard of Norway. The best way of trying to explain to them what is snow, because we'll be expecting snow when you get there. So when we talk about Grameen Bank or microcredit, it's not just lending tiny amounts to a poor person. It's the way you look at the whole issue. Because all along, conventional banks were arguing that they don't lend money to the poor because they're not creditworthy. And that's what irritated me, that without even trying, they declared the verdict, which almost sounds like a death sentence. In a world where you need money to catch money, if you don't have a dollar in your hand, you don't catch a dollar. But nobody gives you the first dollar in your hand so that you can catch the dollar. In empty hand, you don't catch anything. So when the conventional banks say that you are not creditworthy, meaning that your debt, only future you have is to slave for somebody else. You can't go for yourself. And that's what we challenged. We said, no, we can try. We didn't know whether it will happen. That's another aspect that I would like to highlight, that you always don't have to know everything to do things. Even sometimes not knowing is a blessing. Because sometimes knowing may be wrong kind of knowing, and you are stuck. Advantage of not knowing is you can try out all kinds of things. You're free. And that's what exactly happened to us. Because we didn't know, we were free. And we dared into things which somebody who knows probably will never do that. Always we encouraged our borrowers to send their children to school. These are all illiterate women. They cannot read, they cannot write. 7.5 million illiterate women. But all along, we encourage them to send the children to school. This is something also put together in terms of what we call 16 decisions. And one of those 16 decisions is, we shall send our children to schools. And we promoted that, inspired that. And in early years of Grameen Bank, we succeeded having all the children in school. We were very happy. The children in school. Then we noticed that not only they went to school, some of these kids from illiterate families are at the top of the class. So this is an amazing experience to see this. The parents are totally illiterate. Literacy never entered those families. But these little kids come to the school for the first time in their history of their families. They were not backbenchers. They were, some of them, coming at the top of the class in the performance. So we wanted to celebrate that. We were so thrilled by this experience. So we introduced scholarships in Grameen Bank. And that tradition we continued. Every year we identify those kids and give them scholarships. And then have a little ceremony in the village. All the important people in the village are invited. The teachers of the schools and college are invited. So that these children get the total village attention. And then we give them the money, the scholarship money, and the ceremony. And the families feel proud for the first time their children are accomplishing something which nobody in the family ever achieved. Last year we gave 51,000 students scholarships. So each year more and more of these children are coming up to receive scholarships. Then we noticed something else. Not only they are receiving scholarships and doing well in school, some of them are continuing with education. We thought maybe they will just finish their primary education and we will feel proud that we have done something nobody else could do before, that we have helped them to go to finishing their primary education. They finished their primary education and continued into high school. And then some of them went to colleges, universities, medical schools, engineering schools. So we got back again into our thinking, we should be supporting this. So we introduced education loans. Anybody who qualifies to go into higher education, entire financing will be done by coming back. And that's what we have been doing. Right now there are 21,000 students in medical schools, engineering schools, universities. Some of them have already completed their PhDs. Imagine coming from illiterate families, going into all these centers of education, not just simple literacy, but at a very high level of education.